Took a shot at Henny, y'all could go and brace it. They know they talk that stick talk.
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Slick Talk Real Convos. I'm your host, Rick Guandique, a.k.a. Slick Rick. And my guest today at Casa Guandique on Slick Talk, I have my boy Juan Carlos, a.k.a. JC. Welcome to Slick Talk. Glad to have you on.
Thank you.
So funny enough, I think I've told you this before. Obviously, you go by JC. It's easier, shorter, abbreviated. I actually also have another homie named JC, and his name is the white version of your name. You're Juan Carlos. He's John Carlos. But shout out to my other homie JC if he watches this. So I've known you for a couple years now. We met at the Camp El Monte. We should both go. I know right now it's a little hard for you because you're coaching. How's your fitness journey been so far? How long have you been at El Monte?
Well, I grew up in Amani, but then when I got married, I moved out. So I moved to Yorba Linda. I was out there for quite a while and separated, came back.
How long have you been at Camp El Monte?
Camp El Monte, like 4 or 5 years.
Goes by quick, huh?
Not showing, but but I put in the time.
Yeah, I seen you. You know, we worked out together. Like I said, it's hard, man. It's really hard. And then on top of you being a coach, you have kids. So, like when I was coaching 2 years ago and I left the camp for a little bit, it's just because scheduling was hectic. And then throw kids on top of that, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but I mean, I started coaching at that school because my daughter started going there.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to see her more often, that's why I decided to start coaching, so I could spend some time with her and coach her at the same time.
That's good. So what do you coach at the school?
The school, I do girls soccer, JV, and I'm doing boys varsity football.
And you also don't you coach lower levels for football as well? Yeah,
I did that as well.
You're not doing it anymore?
I'm doing it, but not right now because I'm doing football. But after football, I'll go back to it.
Okay.
Levels.
So you played soccer and football growing up? I
did. I played football, track, and soccer at high school.
When did you start playing those sports? What age do you remember?
7th grade, flag football.
And then soccer?
Soccer since I was 5.
Do you have a preference? Which one's better, football or football?
Well, I grew up doing soccer, and I still do it.
Yeah.
So my favorite sport to play is probably soccer, but I mean, I don't watch soccer. I watch football.
Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. I mean, football, respectfully, I know I love soccer. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy playing it. But I grew up playing football and watching football, so to me, football is more exciting to watch.
Yeah,
you know, it's preference.
It seems more legit as well. You know.
Yeah, it's preferences. No shade. I love soccer. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. So how long you just started coaching? Like 2 years ago, right?
3 years ago.
Time. Yeah, time really does. Yeah, I've known you for about 2.5 years. The time we actually became like really cool is St. Patrick's Day. We went across the street to Progress on Main. Shout out to Progress because it's a cool little spot. And shout out to Q.
DJ Quayleen.
Shout out to Q. She was DJing at Progress that day, and we met up with you. Happened to be there. We didn't even know who was gonna go, but we went, and we just drank and danced. I had a good time that night. So ever since then, we've been cool.
Yeah,
you know how that goes. Have you've been to a couple? There's been a couple outings with like camp people. Do you have any like memorable ones or funny ones that you don't mind talking about on camera?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
That's how memorable they are.
Yeah.
So
it's great times. There was that, and then I don't know, were you at it was the New Year's party in December?
I did.
And then we went went across the street to Progress. That's right. That was a cool night.
Yeah, I had a good time there.
It was smooth.
Everybody had a really good time.
Yeah, everyone got pretty lit. That was awesome. Over the years, we've had couple of trainers come and go. The people who have been there, I've only been there for 3 years at the camp with some time off in between, but the trainers that are still there from when I first started, Marcos, Sarah, and Luis. I know we've lost Brian because he moved out of state.
Brian was a good one.
Brian I loved Brian. Shout out to Brian.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And we also had Sal. You remember Sal?
Was good too.
Sal was also really good. It's my homie. Shout out to Sal too. Do you have a favorite like day? Chest, like upper body, lower body, or full body?
Lower body.
Lower body.
Lower body, and when we do full body.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know why I like full body.
Full body is awesome
because it's just it kicks your ass in all areas.
Well, I like upper body, but not that much. I don't like working it out because of my shoulders
Yeah, I have bad shoulders
injuries.
too.
And
Yeah, it's tough.
so,
My back, I got a bad back. I'm all fucked. I'm too young for this shit. Um,
you know what's funny though? That I'm starting to realize that I'm getting old just because I fucking injured myself getting off the bed.
oh shit.
That's when like I was like, fuck, I just got injured getting off my bed. Damn it. You know?
Oh
That is
man,
crazy.
it's hard. It's
But
hard, man. I was told at 24 years old, and at the time I was in great shape. I was 190 pounds, like 15% body fat, and I was working out a lot. And my lower back was killing me. And I finally went to the doctor to, get it checked out, and they told me I have it's a degenerative issue. I'm pretty sure I get it from my dad because he's had spinal issues, and like he had a pinched nerve for a while, fucked up his whole right side, but he's good now. And my dad's also in really good shape. But they told me at 24, I was 23 going on 24. They told me you're 24 years old, but you have the back of a 50-year-old. That's how bad my back is.
and you're like, I'm just going into my COVID year.
Yeah, it was right. It was right before COVID, and burnt to shit. But I started feeling it at the beginning of January 2019. And again, that's when I was in really good shape, and I was tripping. I'm like, what is wrong? Did I sleep wrong? And my other thought was, at the time I was seeing this girl, so I was like, am I doing too much? I was like,
Damn,
I
that's
really.
good.
I was talking to my homie at school, and I said, "Yo, my back, like sitting down, hurt." And I was in college, so we're sitting for like an hour and a half in class, and I had to stand up, like I had to walk around. My back was killing me. And I said, "Am I doing?" Because I don't know if you ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Ow! It's that slip disc thing again.
I know what it is. Too much with EJ Entertainment.
Pops.
So that was my thought. I was like, "Oh man, am I fucking myself up? Am I doing too much? I'm too tall for the car. Like, what's happening?" Oh man, that was really my thought. But not just degenerative issues, and then obviously COVID hit. I've gained weight. I've lost weight. I've fluctuated, and right now I said it in my episode, with my homie Abel. I'm not in my best shape, but I feel good during those workouts at the camp. I just be fucked up. My back, my shoulders, my knee, my ankle's been bugging me for the last 2 months. But you got to do it, man. Just push
The
through.
reason I joined the camp was because I wanted to stay fit,
Hmm.
and my thing was I don't want to gain any more weight.
Yeah,
If I just stayed at the same weight that I'm at,
you be
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah,
So I'm like, yeah, for like 2 years, dude, I was like right there.
yeah.
But I didn't eat right. I mean, I can't continue to eat junk food, drink,
Drink.
do whatever,
Speaking of which, I think this is a good time to crack this open.
It's always a good time.
Always a good time. Modelo Oro, because, a little light beer. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So, yeah, you were saying?
So this is the reason.
I mean, it's light, though.
But check this out. So then I started to see people that joined the same time that I did,
Mhm.
and I started to see them all fit, and I'm like, what's going on? How come they're? I mean, I'm putting in the work,
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing? I says, well, I'm not eating this. I'm not drinking that. I was like, oh, that's fine then.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I actually just had a conversation with my young homie who's been he's been cutting my hair for the last couple of years. It's my homie's nephew. Shout out to Joey Blends. He was telling me every time we catch up every like 2 or 3 weeks he'll say, "Oh, you still at the camp? Like you still hitting the gym?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Yeah, I have a homie who just joined the gym, but he's like a big dude. Like he's a really big dude." And I asked him, I said, "Bro, why are you gonna like?" I'm not, no disrespect, but like I'm not seeing any progress. Why'd you join the gym? And he goes, "Bro, I didn't join the gym to lose weight. I just joined the gym so I don't gain more. I'm still gonna eat. I still like to drink. I just want to maintain." I said, "I feel that, but I think where I'm at right now, I still want to lose." I said this on my other episode. I don't want to get. I was 190. I'm 240 right now. I don't want to get down to 190 again. I think maybe like 25 pounds. I'd be all right. Lose 25 pounds, but yeah, it takes not drinking these. It takes not eating fast food, junk food, sweets, too much sugar, carbs, all that shit.
Sleeping well.
So,
People
yeah,
don't
good.
think that.
It's hard, man. It's
So,
really hard. I'm a night owl. I really have a lot of trouble sleeping at night. I don't go to bed till like 2 in the morning.
yeah, but hey, I did lose weight though. I'm like after I started eating right and all that, but then I started coaching and it's like, oh, I'll run with the kids.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
No, it's not. I used to think the same thing. And when I first joined the camp, I was probably about the same weight I am, maybe a few pounds heavier than I am now. And in 3 months, I lost like 20 pounds. Felt good. The workouts felt good. But I was only on a diet. Like, I only followed the meal plan for like a month. You know, like lean chicken, lean ground. I fucking hate ground turkey, by the way. Fuck ground turkey. It's disgusting. I can't eat it anymore. But turkey, ground beef, you know, rice, veggies. I did that shit for a month. And the funny thing is, I didn't cut out alcohol. I was still drinking. I would just drink like Malibu with bubbly or LaCroix, the sparkling water, because it's light. Malibu, a shot of Malibu is like 54 calories or something. It's just really sweet. It's a lot of sugar, but it's low in calorie. The next thing would be vodka sodas, and I hate that shit. So that's what I did, and I ended up losing 20 pounds in 3 months. When I left the camp, I ended up gaining, I think, like 25, 25 pounds. And going back last year, I lost, 10 pounds. This year, I ended up losing 15, 15 pounds, which I've kind of fluctuated a little bit. But right now, like I said, as long as I feel good during my workouts, I'm good. I do want to lose weight in the next couple months because my birthday's coming up. And I think I'm also going to Hawaii at the end of January on a family trip. I know, so I'm trying to get there, but I gotta cut this out. I'm gonna lock in probably at the end of the month or the beginning of October for like 6 weeks and see what I can do with that while I'm having a light beer. Let's talk about your shirt because you are the only Buffalo Bills fan friend that I have. I don't know anybody else like that who's a Buffalo Bills fan. You told me the story, but go ahead and tell the people your story on how you became a Bills fan.
It's really funny because the way I became a fan was I went into this liquor store, and I think I was about 9 years old, I think, and I had to buy something for my parents. And I was making a line of pay, and they had a little ass TV, black and white, and I was watching it. I was like, what the heck are they doing? And they turned out it was football, and I'd never seen football before.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm looking at the game, and I see this logo. It was the Buffalo Bills against the Miami Dolphins on the Monday night game. So I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I paid, and I left, and I turned the channel on the TV, and I started watching it. Turns out that I was like, well, I like the buffalo because I'm kind of like a Taurus, right? Because I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of like a bull. So
close enough.
Because I don't like the Dolphins. Dolphins are kind of
they're whack.
Yeah, So I was like, I'll go for that blue team because now at my house it was color.
Yeah.
So they ended up winning. Cool. Next week, the following week, I'm watching TV. And the Bills are on TV again. I was like, hey, Bills are playing. I was like, all right, so I'll go for them again. I forget who they were playing that day. They ended up winning, and I was like, this is my team.
This is my I'm going with this.
And that was like 85.
Yeah.
They weren't that good.
No.
But then the 90s came. They were good, but then we choked.
Ah, man, that's heartbreaking.
But hey, still hardcore.
Of course.
Bills fan.
So
Check this out.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you can see it right here. Bills Mafia.
Hey, that's dedication right there. No, that's a cool logo. I fuck with the logo. Can't hate on the Bills. At least in my lifetime, because up until the last few years now with Josh Allen, I haven't really seen the Bills do too much. Not to bring up old wounds, but I don't know if you've seen the Dallas Cowboys documentary on Netflix.
I try not to watch the Cowboys.
Well, I understand, but they do bring up the two Super Bowls,
those highlights,
those back-to-back Super Bowls where y'all. And the Cowboys thought they weren't going to beat you guys the second time around because they were like, oh well, they're hungry for, or I think the first time they were like, oh, they're hungry for their first win, so it ain't gonna be us, but. Yeah, they ended up winning, and then also HBO Max. They had Hard Knocks. The Buffalo Bills were.
Yeah, I watched the few.
Yeah, I like that. I like that shit. Shout out to Hard Knocks, and I like Josh Allen, MVP last year. Some people argue it should have been Lamar Jackson. Some people argue that it was voter fatigue from the people who vote for the MVP. I agree with the fact Lamar Jackson was probably the best regular season quarterback last year, but the Bills had more team success. and they ended up going further than.
Well, the way I see it, it's and this is just my personal opinion. If you see Lamar is a great quarterback, he's awesome, but he's got weapons.
Yeah, he does.
And you look at the Bills.
No more Diggs.
You don't really have go-to guys on the offense. So that way, like, he's carrying the team. So that's kind of like, not just because I'm a fan, but I think that's a true MVP because he's carrying the team.
Yeah.
And he's carried it for a few years.
I'll also say last year, Derrick Henry on the Ravens helped out a lot.
A lot.
Because, opens up the ground game for Lamar, whether they're running option, quarterback option, or they're running, or just that run game opens up his passing game. And even if he scrambles and gets the first down, obviously that helps him out. Josh Allen, on the other hand, I mean, James Cook is a good running back. Don't get me wrong. He's solid. Your O-line solid. But like you said, the weapons last year, arguably your best receiver last year was Keon Coleman, the rookie. And he did okay, but he's still a rookie. It's going to be interesting. I like seeing good football. That Ravens-Bills game, week 1, was crazy.
I was pissed.
Oh, I bet.
And then I was like, wow. So I went from low to high. Like,
yeah, no. I was watching that shit, and I was like, damn, this shit's boring. And I think shout out to my homie Daryl. He likes football. I forget who his team is. He's more of a soccer guy himself, but he watches football, and he said, I turned it off. And then later I saw the ESPN highlights. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I said, dude, it was crazy. Derrick Henry fumbling, the Bills capitalizing. It was a great end to a game, but for the first, I'd say 20 minutes of the second half, it was boring.
Yep.
Boring as hell. I'm like, ooh, the Ravens smacking the Bills. It's over. But don't count them out. This might be the year. Last year, no disrespect to the Chiefs. I know they got a huge bandwagon following since they've been blowing up. They haven't missed an AFC title game since 2017. And, especially now all the Swifties are loving on Travis Kelce. But last year I was hoping you guys would go to the Super Bowl. Either way, it was going to be history. Either the Bills finally win a Super Bowl. Obviously, they would have had to beat the Eagles, but I think you guys might have had a better game, honestly. Either you guys win the Super Bowl or the Chiefs three-peat. Either way, it's going to be history. I was good either way. Now it's over. The Chiefs lost. Eagles won. I don't see really any team out of the NFC beating the Eagles again. I can see the Eagles going back to the Super Bowl. For you guys, the only person standing in your way is Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So
yeah, I agree.
Maybe, and if Lamar Jackson somehow turns it up this year, I could see that happening too. But I got y'all going to the Super Bowl this year. That'd be fun to see and finally, hopefully, win one.
It's local too.
Yeah.
San Fran.
Yeah. You trying to go?
I'm already
trying to win a contest to go.
That's right.
Let's talk about, you mentioned your daughter earlier. This blew my mind when you first told me, and then you reminded me right now. How many kids do you have?
I have 5.
And what's like the age range? How old is the oldest?
My oldest, it's a girl. She's 24.
And the youngest?
The youngest is 9.
Oh shit!
So I have 3 boys and 2 girls.
Okay. And do they all play sports as well?
They all play sports. I have a 20-year-old that just graduated from the school I'm coaching right now. Mm-hmm. He did track, football, wrestling, and cross country.
And
funny to say, he didn't like soccer, so he didn't play soccer. But he did good in football. He's a really good football player.
There you go. Appreciate it. That's making Dad proud. So you said you were married. Not to bring that up, but how long were you married for?
I was married for 20 years. It's a very long time.
Yeah, sounds like a long time.
It was.
Now you being separated, divorced, and all that. I know you've been traveling a lot more.
Oh yeah, trying to enjoy life. Like people say, living my best life. I mean, I truly are.
Yeah,
honestly, to be honest, I'm like I used to like cap on people. Oh, really? Come on. But I was married, right?
Yeah.
But now that I'm single, quite single.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, I try to go like different places and just enjoy life.
No, what's your favorite place that you visited so far?
Uh, shoot, I said before somebody asked me that question, I said Peru,
Ooh.
because my dream growing up was traveling to Peru.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Machu Picchu was in Peru, so I just wanted to go to Machu Picchu, right? Then found out it was Peru, so I went there.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Their food is great. As far as food wise, that is the best place I've been, I think. But for fun, Colombia.
Colombia.
I went in May.
Yeah.
Awesome time.
Shout out to my homie Ruben, Senor Ruben. He lives. We used to work together at the high school, and he's originally from Colombia, and
Nice.
he just retired in June, and now he's back in Colombia. I gotta go visit him soon. He said, "Yeah, man, whenever you need, just buy your plane ticket. You stay with me, and you just pay for your food and drink." I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do that shit." I'm for sure down to do that.
That's a hookup right there.
Yeah, man. What? I'm not having to pay for a hotel. Obviously, I'm gonna be a great guest. Like I'll bring him something or buy him food or whatever. But shout out to my homie Ruben. Um, yeah, traveling is cool. So it's funny that you say, I've heard that before. I have a homie. Shout out to my homie Mark, who was also married when I first met him, also about 3 years ago. And then I think not too long after we met and worked together, he ended up getting separated and then divorced. And he said it so casually to me. I think we were talking about the girls' basketball game because he does a scoreboard. And I said, "Oh yeah, man." I said, "Oh well, you're gonna be at the game?" And he goes, "Oh no, I can't. I'm dealing with this. I'm getting a divorce." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that." He goes, "I'm not."
Well,
I was like, "Hey man,
it's I kind of get him because to me it's the same thing. It's I didn't want to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Believe me, I didn't want my kids going through any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is, and I'm making the most of it. But I'm telling you this: I will never tell one of my friends that it's married to get a divorce,
Yeah.
because I had friends that asked me, "Dude, it seems like you're living the life single." Blah blah. I says, "Yeah, it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have fun. I go anywhere I want. I used to get all the girls that I wanted.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But and and the funny thing, he goes like, "Yeah, dude, you get anyone that you want right now." I was like, "Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're with your wife,
Yeah.
and I'm in my room by myself."
Yeah.
A lot of the time, because I
Mm-hmm.
don't take them home,
Mm-hmm.
or I didn't take them home. So you said the back of the car is cool, the hotel, backyard, no, I'm
The beach.
the beach. No, but all kidding aside, it's that I will never do that to my friends. Like, yeah, get a divorce and you're gonna have the best time of your life. Not at all.
Yeah, no, it's I've it's sad to say I have met people who are married who are very unhappy. Not even necessarily whether it's their marriage or something within themselves or whatever. They just kind of feel like it's not they're not living their full potential or whatever it is. They're not living life to the fullest, and I hate seeing that. So same thing with you. Me being I've been in a couple relationships now, or like dated a couple women seriously so far, but for most of my 20s I've been single. And my friends hear my stories and they're like, "Oh man, you're living the life, like you're the man, da da da." But I always tell my homies who've been in long-term relationships with a girl, like, "Nah man, you got to hold on to that. You're lucky." Because shout out to my homie Ruben and Karina. He just proposed to her. They went to Europe, and he proposed to her in Greece. They've been together for almost 11 years officially. They've been dating for 11 and a half years, I think, and it'll be officially 11 years in December. But he took his sweet time proposing, and he didn't have a question about it. I think it was just more like timing, financial shit. It's hard out here, man. So
Yes.
yeah, it was a bunch of that. And then I remember talking to her about it, and she also said the same thing as you. Like, she said, honestly, a ring would be cool, but I'd rather travel more, which is dope. They went on their trip, and she ended up getting a ring. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, I tell him specifically, he has no question. He loves her, and I'm happy for them, and I love them both. But whenever he's heard my stories over the years, my other friends in relationships, like, "Oh man, that sounds dope," and I'm like, I mean, that's fun. Kind of gets old after a while, to be honest. But you have a good woman, hold on to her. I know there's a lot of wonderful women in the world, but you don't always meet them. If you got a good woman, hold on to her. And women do the same shit for a good dude, because from what I hear, there's not too many good dudes. I hear a lot of shit talked about dudes.
You know, the funny thing is, I hear that too. Like, women tell me, and I tell them straight out, whether they like it or not. It's like, no, you get good guys, and then you treat them like crap.
Or you friend zone them, or you're not interested.
They're dumb. They're this or that.
They're too nice.
You know what I mean? So you're looking for that ass. That asshole that treats you bad.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, every guy's the same. No, you just choose the same fucking idiots all the time.
I've said, so again, in my single eras that, when I've had my, whatever you want to call them, situationships, friends with benefits, I've always been very honest with them. Because there's been times where, they'll do something like, I don't take girls home on the first night because that's sketch as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I have to talk to you for a minute. And, but when girls have, like, if I've taken them out, it's like, oh, on a first date, yeah, you can come pick me up. Don't do that shit. I'm not a crazy person. I think I'm a pretty decent human being. But a crazy or fucked up or evil person, don't be doing that shit. They'll fuck you over. So I kick. It's so funny. I be kicking game to girls while like we're dating or doing whatever we're doing, and be like, yeah, don't be doing this shit. Because especially I've had girls invite me home and they have kids, and I'm like, don't fucking. You don't even know me. I'm not a crazy person, but don't be doing this shit. I'm a decent person. I'm here for one thing, and we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna leave. But don't put yourself at risk. Do not put your fucking kids at risk. So just PSA from me, from Slick Rick, take care of yourself and your kids. But yeah, no, I tell all my friends all the time, like, yeah, shit's been cool, shit's been fun, but hold on to your women. Hold on to a good woman. When girls ask me, even like the girls that I have dated or like had a relationship with before, and they'll ask me questions about their current dude, and I'm like, I'll talk them through it. But for me, I was telling them, like, I mean, if he treats you well and he respects you and he reassures you, because I know it's a big thing nowadays, hold on to him. You'll be all right. You'll be, as long as you're happy and you feel taken care of. You gotta trust your partner. But that's why my homie, I've had people tell me all the time, like, you're still young, you don't have kids, don't get married too fast, like, don't rush shit. Just let shit happen naturally, which is probably why I've been single for a while, because I don't really rush into things.
You know what I've learned? It's not when you want, it's not your time.
No,
it's God's time.
Yeah, I agree. You can't force anything. That's how my first relationship went, and it went bad. Like, it was kind of low key forced. And it was fine. It lasted almost a year, but it was chaotic. It was hectic. It was fun. At some points it was fun, but you can't force shit like that. You can't force love. You can't force commitment, because that's not how it works. You gotta just let things feel natural, and you build that relationship, that bond, that trust, that love, that respect. It'll work out. Let's talk about your birthday a couple years ago. You had a party at your house. I know you like to party, but you had a party at your house. The Mechanical Bull.
That was wild.
that was a fun night. I remember it was low key. Like, I know you said you had like family over earlier, and then they kind of dipped out, but the AFF was still there.
That's right.
Shout out to the AFF. We pulled up. I pulled up a little late, and we just got fucked up. We had a great time. We got lit.
Pulled up at the right time, bro.
I pulled up at the perfect. I was late, but I pulled up at the perfect time. At the Mechanical Bull, music was going. We were dancing, taking shots. I don't even know how much. I drank a lot.
How much Hennessy we took?
You know what's funny? I remember as soon as I got there, I sat down. I had my Hennessy with my lemonade, and Rocio, she at the other end of the table, she goes, "What you got?" She's like, "Let me see that." And, I'm not stingy with my shit. I poured myself a drink, and then I handed it over. And she goes, "Hennessy." She's like, "Oh, all right." And everyone started drinking fucking Hennessy. I'm like, "Yeah, that's my shit."
The funny part on that is that I had just gone back from Peru.
Mm-hmm.
I think I came back like 3 days prior to my birthday party. So I brought some bottles I don't even know what it is. I don't know. It's not tequila, but it's their
Yeah,
type of liquor.
yeah.
And I brought me some like 3 bottles of it, and I was fixing. I fell in love with this pisco sour. It's called pisco sour, And I bought whatever I needed, and I was making those drinks for the for the camp girls. They
I
got
remember.
super.
Yeah, they
But
did. It was a good time. That was those are like fun stories we can talk about on camera.
those are the PG ones.
Those are the PG ones, yeah. Just enjoy life for what it is. You gotta take every day at a time. I know you kind of live by that philosophy. Every day is a blessing.
Yes.
And I don't know for you, but for me personally, because I've invited you a few times. I'm always the type of person to invite. It could be something small, like, hey, we're watching football at my house, football Sunday, pull up, basketball, or it could be, it's my birthday, pull up. For me, I always extend the invite, and I said this with my homie John. I always extend the invite because you really never know.
Yeah.
And for me, as it might be not the healthiest way to live, because be drinking and shit or enjoying good food that's what you're probably not supposed to be enjoying when you're working out or trying to lose weight. But for me, it's like I don't, there's no point in living with regret. Tomorrow's not promised, so let me at least extend the invite. Even if you're busy, I don't take it personal, but just like, yo, this is going on. You want to pull up? And honestly, those times that I hang out with my friends is the best times for me. We don't need to be doing nothing crazy. It don't need to be like a house party. It don't need to be a club. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. We can just be like this. Even this is dope. We're just having a beer, talking. Like, to me, this is cool. Like, I can enjoy this and be happy.
Like my I've always been kind of like a party animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had like, okay, I can't do this no more because, well, I'm married, I got kids,
Yeah.
I gotta work, which hasn't changed now.
Yeah,
I mean, I still got responsibilities,
of course.
But now, like the turning point in my life was, almost 4 years ago. I lost my nephew. He was 23 years old to a car accident, and kid you not, just a week, 2 weeks maybe prior to his accident, we were drinking, talking at the garage of the house, and he's like, "Oh, Theo, you're gonna bury me." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're only 23 years old. You're gonna bury me." I'm like 40 something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my age, but so I told him, says, we shouldn't even have this conversation because you're the one that's gonna be putting me under,
Yeah.
And that went on, and 2 weeks later, he had the car accident and passed away.
That's crazy.
And that's when nothing has hit me so hard. It it really turned the light on my brain. It's like, dude, this is I'm not living my life. I thought I was living my life the way I wanted, but no, in reality, I was just following a protocol.
Yeah, what you thought was right.
Exactly.
What you've been led to believe is the right way.
I would make plans, like 1 year plan, 2 months, whatever you want to call it. I made plans. Now, it's you want to go to Punta Cana and when next month, let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm down. Because of what happened to my nephew, he was only 23 years old. I told him, you had your whole life ahead of you.
You never know.
And like I said, nothing has knocked me down so hard. Not even getting a divorce. I've been through a lot, a lot, and now it's
the worst.
I'm doing it right now. I'm living it right now because I can't do anything about yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna live tomorrow.
Exactly.
So today's the day.
Yeah, I've had that same sentiment, which is crazy because I'm blessed to say I haven't lost people super close to me too much in my life. The closest person I lost to me, my great aunt in 2014, but she was 86 years old. It happened quick, I will say, because there was Thanksgiving. She seemed fine. She was a little slow. She was moving a little slow, but she was cool. And then 3 weeks later, she was gone, like that. And but to the same effect, that I think what really kind of opened my eyes. Obviously, death is all around us. COVID kind of fucked a lot of shit up for a lot of people. There was a point in time during COVID where I felt like truly, I don't mean to be over exaggerating or anything, but I had COVID the first night when I got my test results back and I tested positive. to me, when you're sick, it's all mindset, right? Like, even if you feel a cold coming on, you're like, if you just keep telling yourself, at least to me, if you keep telling yourself, I'm not sick, I'm just fighting something, I'll be good, like, you'll get over it. So that when I felt a little itch in my throat, I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like, COVID, I didn't think COVID was a joke or a hoax, but for me, just in my mind, I'm like, we'll be good. We'll be good. That first night hit me. And I didn't go to sleep till 5 a.m. the next day because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get comfortable. My whole body hurt. And I was like, oh man, I might not wake up. Like, that's how bad it felt. And I was at peace with that, as sad as that is. I was 24. I was like, if it happens, it happens. But what really opened my eyes was the next year in 2021. I was working as a bartender at actually the Korean barbecue spot right here. And I had coworkers who, they like to hang out, especially Friday, Saturday nights. They would hang out in the parking lot and they'd be smoking and drinking and shit. And they invited me and they're like, oh, Rick, you want to hang out with us? And at the time, I was like, I think I was in my relationship and I was like, oh, no, I'm going to kick it with my girl. Or if I had plans with my other friends, like, oh, no, I'm cool. Also, because these kids were like 19, 20, 21, and I was 25. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. So there was one night, and I told them, I said, y'all shouldn't be drinking and driving because shit happens. There was a night that I think it was that's Friday. It was a Friday, and we had our little bartender group message, and one of our bartender friends was like, "Oh my God, did you hear about so and so and so and so?" And I said no, and then the girl told me she's dead, and I said, "What happened?" And there was a car accident. So this girl, her name was, and her best friend also worked with us at the restaurant. I don't remember his name, but they went, they got a little fucked up. And they were driving, honestly, right here, like by Baldwin Park, where the Home Depot is and shit, on the freeway. And he was driving, he was speeding. He ended up running into the back of a tow, like a trailer truck, and she wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so she went through the windshield, and she died. She was DOA. And so she was 19. She was like a week or two away from being 20. And I think that's when it kind of hit me where I was like, we worked together for a month. They were very cool people with me. There wasn't no drama or anything, but we weren't super close either. I can't say, oh, those are my friends, but just working with them, they were very nice to work with. When she passed away, I think it hit me where I was like, damn, man, she was so young. She really did have her whole life ahead of her. I think she was in school. He was in school. As far as I know, he went to prison for, vehicular manslaughter, driving under the influence, and she, she's gone. So that kind of hit me. I quit the job like in the next day or two because I'm like, I don't want to work here, bro. It was a little bit to do with her, but that job was also shitty. Our manager was shitty. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want my last memories. Like, if I'm gone tomorrow, I don't want my last memories to be like, I'm working this shitty ass job, doing dumbass shit. Like, I want to just enjoy life to the fullest. So that was kind of what really opened my eyes. Where I'm like, just got to make the most of today, whatever that is. And I think I've done a pretty good job with that. I've been traveling a lot more the last couple of years. I'm trying to get myself in shape, or at least stay in the shape that I'm in. Just be a little more comfortable than I was. So that's really where I'm at. That's important to me. So I know we have that same sentiment. Um, yeah, I mean, I can't. You said it perfect. I can't say it any better myself. But that was my eye opening moment when it comes to like living life.
Yeah, traveling is escape.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
I gone to Bahamas, Costa Rica, Punta Cana,
been to Costa Rica,
Colombia, and I want to go to Greece. Santorini.
Greece is nice. So I went to Costa Rica with my old job for a week. It was pretty cool. It was beautiful out there. And my mom's side of the family is from Nicaragua, which is like right there, right next to it. Earlier this year, I went to Rome, Italy. I went to Turkey. No disrespect, I didn't really care for Turkey. Kuşadası, Turkey is where we docked. It's ghetto as hell. That's just
what it is.
That was my take on it. There wasn't much to see. There was a castle by the dock where I was at. I didn't really care for the excursion, so I was like, I checked out the castle. It was also kind of whack, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. This is it. I'm gonna go back to the cruise ship. I'm just gonna chill on the boat. And then Greece is beautiful. Santorini, Mykonos. I ended up in Athens, which was pretty cool. I went to Tennessee last year. Nashville, Tennessee was cool. I went to New Orleans 2 years ago, which is where I got the shirt because I'm also a Saints fan.
You send me videos.
Yeah, it was dope. And then
the bars.
Yeah, the bars are sick. Love the bars. And then this year, I'm actually planning on going to Philadelphia in December because my homie's a Eagles fan and my other homie's a Raiders fan. Shout out to Matt and Torres. So they're going out. I just tagged along. I'm like, yo, is it cool? Like, do you mind? And he goes, nah, man, pull up. Pay for your own ticket. The room's paid for, so pay for your own ticket. You pay for your own food and drink, and we're good.
You went to Jamaica, right, or no?
No, my homie went to Torres went to Jamaica. I was supposed to go. He went in July. I was supposed to go with him. The planning wasn't like consistent. And then when he finally booked it, I was like, well, I think I could still go. And then I got let go from the school on some bullshit. But I was like, yeah, man, I'm probably not gonna make it this year.
I just got invited to Jamaica.
You should go.
February.
He said it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it was a great time. I would love to go. And then my work bestie, shout out to Joss, her son actually just got signed to a professional soccer team in Portugal. Oh. So she was out there 2 months ago for like 2 or 3 weeks with him. She went all around Lisbon. I think that's how you say it. Lisbon, whatever. Lisbon. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go check out a game then. Because he's there for, I think, 2 years. So go to Portugal, check out her son play, and go see what's up with Portugal. That's the goal. Hawaii. First time I'm going to Hawaii in January with my family at the end of January, I think. I still want to go to Colombia. That's about it. Go to Mexico all the time. Well, not all the time. I went last year to Rosarito for the homie's birthday. But, Mexico's always there.
See, that's why I didn't count Cancun. I went to Cancun too.
Well, you can count Cancun because it's not like Ensenada or TJ or Rosarito, not right at the border. You got to fly over there.
I guess.
It's a trip. Is there anything else you want to talk about or you want to say to the people?
No, I mean, I think you pretty much cover everything. 5 kids.
5 kids. 5 kids.
5 kids.
Bills fan. Life. Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia.
Get the tables!
My kid went through a table. I took him to a tailgate party. The Bills played the Rams, I think, 3 years ago. And he jumped off the fucking van into a table and broke it. Everybody was cheering for him.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
Out of his 18-year-old kid.
Hell yeah, that sounds dope. I would do that. I'm not even a Bills fan, but that just
I tailgated in New York at a game for Buffalo against the Patriots at the wild card game. Like, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Awesome time, dude.
I bet. It's cold as shit.
Super cold, dude. I almost died. Dude, that's a funny story because...
Go ahead.
Let me tell you this. So I was so excited about going to the game.
Mm-hmm.
First time going to Buffalo to watch a game.
Yeah.
Wild card game. I'm into it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at a local bar the day before of the game, and I'm drinking, and I start talking to this white girl, right? From Buffalo.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, we're like, yeah, so you're going to go to the game? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the game. So you're ready? I'm fucking ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So you have all your gear that you're going to take? And I'm out. What do you mean gear? Yeah, your snow boots, your snow coat, your, what are these called? The snow glasses?
Snow goggles.
Snow goggles?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Your heating pads? What? I'm like, no. And she's like, how are you going to dress? I was wearing some Vans. I'm like, well, I got my Vans. I got my khaki pants and my sweater. And she's like, you're going to die. So she gets a napkin and she starts writing this list, right?
Yeah.
She's like, here, go to the store tomorrow morning before the game.
Buy
all this, otherwise you're going to die. So about $400 later, I was ready.
Yeah, let's say that sounds expensive.
Mm-hmm. I was ready for the game. Had a good time, though.
Yeah, man, I heard this, we don't have cold. It doesn't get cold out here in Cali. East Coast gets cold.
16 wind chill where I was sitting.
Yeah,
that's why I needed the goggles.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's crazy. I know my homie Matt. I know his dad is from I think the DC area, if I'm not mistaken. His dad's actually a Washington fan, and he ended up being an Eagles fan because he watched those early 2000s Eagles teams with McNabb and Westbrook and T.O. and all them. But he visits his family over there. He goes, "Oh man, that East Coast ain't nothing like it." My homie BJ played basketball at UMass Boston. Same thing. There's nothing like East Coast winter cold. Like it's cold. Cali ain't cold. It's not even comparable.
Dude, I was like, I guess every so many feet they had like a bonfire at the tailgate. So I was like just exchanging heat for beer, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll give you a beer if you let me stand right here and warm up myself. Until this other girls that I met, for some reason it's always girls.
Yeah.
But they give me heating pads for my hands and my feet, and my boots. Oh, dude, best time ever after that. And then in the game, I'm like sitting like really close, dude, like probably 6 rows from the field, on the end zone where they score all the touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well, first touchdown, I get up and I cheer and I drop my beer. I'm like, I gotta go way up. I pick up my beer, it's frozen. He didn't even spill it because it got froze right away. That's how cold it was, dude.
I believe it. That's crazy. I think, New Orleans has a cool little tailgating scene. The Saints fans, we get down for ours, and I know we're gonna be shit this year, and we've been kind of shit since Drew Brees left. But no, Saints fans get crazy. Raiders fans get crazy. I haven't been to a Raiders game, but like in Vegas or actually in Oakland either. But I've been wanting to go. I had a chance to go their first game when they allowed people in 2021. I had a chance to go Monday Night Football, Ravens and Raiders. My homie Gabe I was in Vegas already. My best friend and her mom, and he was like, I ended up running. I met up with him. I knew he was out there, and he said, "Oh man, you should go to the game." And I said, "One, I don't really have money for that right now because I just quit the fucking bartending job." And then 2, I said, "Now I got my best friend and her mom with me. Like we got it, and we had a rental car. We had to take it back that day." And he's like, "Oh, forget about this. I'll pay for your ticket. You pay me back later." He's like, "Come on, man." I said, "Plus, if I stay, I got to pay for another night in a hotel. I don't got the money for that." He goes, "You can stay with me." I said, "What about them?" He goes, "They can go." And I said, "Nah, man, I'm just sit this one out." And I still have not gone to a Raiders game. I still want to. I'm a Saints fan. I grew up first initially a Raiders fan because my uncle, my cousin. I switched to the Saints on my own when I was like 9 years old. And I still, if the Raiders are going against any other team besides the Saints, I'll go for the Raiders. I know you be sending me shit. You make fun of every other fan base: the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Niners. Just funny. It's funny. Yeah, man. Great times. Football season coming up. Are you in any fantasy football leagues this year?
I'm in 2.
Okay.
No, actually, there's a new one that I'm trying for the first time. It's called
Dynasty.
No.
Oh.
It's Sleeper.
Oh yeah. I've done that one.
It's
I'm doing that one.
Different. It's a little different.
A little bit. ¿No te gusta?
It's all right, I guess. I'm already in for 250.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a big.
Damn.
So.
Sheesh. All right. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully you win.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah, I'm in 4, but I think my total is like 350 for all 4.
Oh, that's the same amount I'm spending. I'm spending 250 on one, 150 on the other.
Yeah, so but for me it's 100, 100, 100, and then 150. But the one is a dynasty league, so I think that one doesn't end for like 2 or 3 more years. Yeah, so like you draft.
I never played that one.
And it's on Sleeper, so you actually you draft your team, and then the following year. So like this year was our second year doing it. This year you were able to draft 3 rookies. So you got to add 3 rookies to your team.
Oh, so you gotta be on point on who's coming in and all that.
Yeah, and you gotta predict or pick
right.
right. So like last year, even good quarterbacks it's kind of an old good quarterback like a Matthew Stafford. He didn't do great last year, but before you thought, Matthew Stafford would be a good pick this year. Rams look all right, but he's old. Like in football years, he's old, so you don't want to pick him because you're gonna have to keep him for at least like 3, 4, 5 years. You want to pick a young guy like a rookie. Last year, Jaden Daniels would have been a good pick, or like a CJ Stroud. Guys like that. You want to pick young.
The Broncos quarterback, what's his name?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah.
Another good pick. The other kid from the Patriots.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
And the guy
Drake May. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and the kid from the Vikings.
JJ McCarthy. Yeah, those are good picks. But my team. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pick great last year. I picked okay. I think I did all right in that league. I didn't end up winning. That was the one league where I did fine, like just fine. Every other league I played like shit.
Last year I won the one of my leagues. But this league, our final game was like 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
never done that. So
yeah, you play back to back weeks.
Yeah, so I got my ass kicked on the first game. I was like, "Fuck, I'm done." So I didn't follow through, and I didn't do any changes. And then the following week, they kicked ass, and I ended up winning by like fucking 60 points.
Oh shit!
I was like, "Oh, it's a good thing I didn't make any moves."
There you go. Ignorance is bliss in that case. The last thing I'll bring up before we go, you still feel that when you drink the night before you work out, it helps you? Do you still feel that way?
I think so, because I don't get hangovers. So I think I'm good. Yeah, I don't do it anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to the gym and be like, "Yeah, nah, man, I didn't drink last night." And I said, "That's good." You're like, "Nah, man, I'm dying right now. I need to drink." It's like, Popeye with the spinach. You need some alcohol the night before.
Yeah, I haven't done it in quite a while, but I used to drink, and not go home. Like just go home, shower, and go to the gym, and do like a 2-hour killer workout with
yeah. No, I don't. I try not to drink during the week. So like, if anything, you're gonna catch me on a Saturday morning. I drink the night before. I also don't drink to get. I know none of us really do. Like, you don't drink to get fucked up.
Right.
For me, I just drink fast. So like, after if I had my whole pack of beer here, I probably would have gone through like 3 or 4 at this point. Not even being like it's a competition.
Yeah.
We gotta get drunk, but I just drink fast. So if I drink a lot the night before, I'll set my alarm. If I sleep, I'm a heavy ass sleeper when I'm not drunk. So if I sleep through my alarm, it is what it is. If I wake up, I gotta tell myself, don't be a bitch. Get your ass to. You want to drink hard? You gotta work it off now. So I will say I don't think I work out great after alcohol, but still gotta get it done. Anything you want to say? Anything else you want to add?
It's all good, brother.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you coming on, my boy JC, Juan Carlos, Bills Mafia. Might go all the way this year. Appreciate y'all watching another episode of Slick Talk Real Combos. Remember, as I always say, make sure you go have a good conversation with someone in your life. Could be a minute, could be an hour, could be however long you want, but communication is important. Love is important. Shout out to Abel. And that's all I got for today. Appreciate my boy JC for coming through. Takasa Guandique. And we'll catch y'all next week on the next episode of Slick Talk Real Combos. Till then, take care. Peace out.
Let's go, Buffalo.